It's a landmark verdict from the Supreme Court. 15 death cases have been commuted to life. The court today said that the delay in deciding a mercy plea is a relevant ground for commuting death sentence to life imprisonment. The court also said a death convict must be hanged within 14 days after dismissal of his mercy petition. The apex court also observed that solitary confinement of a death convict and other prisoners is unconstitutional. So this verdict means that sandalwood smuggler Veerappan's aides, who have been on death row since 2004, have been saved from the gallows. The Supreme Court's grounds for commuting the sentences including delay, solitary confinement and procedural lapses. Now the delay in the cases range from 5 to 13 years, and insanity has also been given as a ground for commuting the sentence to life. Though Khalistan terrorist Davinder Pal Singh Bhullar was not one of the petitioners, this verdict will have an impact on his case since his plea was dismissed last year on the grounds that a distinction has to be made since he is a terrorist. The verdict will also have an impact on the Rajiv Gandhi assassins case.
In a historic judgment today, the Supreme Court commuted the death sentences of 15 convicts on death row to life sentences. We speak with their counsel today. Sir, if you could just break down the grounds for commutation of the death sentence into life sentence.
The main ground in most of these cases was delay. The mercy petitions had been pending before the government for a long period of time. The government had been extremely callous about the manner in which these mercy petitions were pending before them, how they had kept them waiting under the shadow of the noose all these years. Relevant features of the case were not considered by the government while deciding these mercy petitions. Some of these prisoners had gone mad. The jailers had shown that these prisoners were mad. Medical records showed these prisoners were mad. In spite of that, the government rejected these mercy petitions, indicating thereby that this is a country that is prepared to execute insane people, something that no country has ever done for many, many decades. This was something which was unacceptable to the Supreme Court, and it made it, and the court said so in no uncertain terms. The judgment is a tribute to the judiciary and to our constitutional values, which inscribe within them the evolving standards of decency within which retribution has no place, and which accord due protection to every citizen, be he a prisoner or a man on the street.
The judgment will affect more than perhaps 400 convicts languishing on the death row in the country, and will definitely place more stringent conditions when it comes to the use of death penalty.
Well, that is correct. The judgment today has effectively overturned what happened last year, where a distinction was being drawn between terror-related cases and non-terror-related cases. We have a senior counsel of the Supreme Court, Colin Gonsalves, who's a noted human rights specialist. We're going to hear from him what he has to say on this case as well.
आज मैं बहुत ही खुश हूँ क्योंकि हमने करीब 10 साल से ये संघर्ष लड़ाई और हमने डेथ सेंटेंस को रद्द करने के लिए हमने बहुत कोशिश की, और आज इतने सारी पिटिशंस दाखिल करने के बाद मैं बहुत खुश हूँ जब मैंने सुना कि चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया का बेंच ने 15 केसेस में डेथ सेंटेंस को कम्यूट किया, मतलब लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट हो गया। और मुझे याद है जब मैं चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया का रेजिडेंस में गया था करीब 2-3 महीने पहले, 3-4 महीने पहले, जब अचानक से कुछ लोगों को फांसी मिलने वाला था, उसको बताया नहीं, खबर नहीं दिया और उनके परिवार को कुछ नहीं बताया, और शाम को हमें पता लगा कि नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग सवेरे 5 बजे फांसी होने वाला था। तो मैं चीफ जस्टिस सताशिवम का घर में गया और मैं थोड़ा एप्रहेंसिव था, मैं चिंतित था कि 12 बजे रात को उसके घर में जाए कैसे। लेकिन जब मैं गया और मैं सारी बुक्स किताबों के साथ में गया, मैं सोचा कि मैं अभी आर्ग्यूमेंट करूंगा रात को 12 बजे। लेकिन जब मैं गया तो चीफ जस्टिस और उनके जो साथी जजेस थे, सब रिलैक्स थे, कोई ऐसा चिंतित नहीं थे। एंड स्माइलिंगली ही टोल्ड मी, गोंसाल्विस, यू सिट, एंड आराम से, विदाउट एनी वरी